And next step will be maybe, you know, convincing the utilities in the community that it's worth it to have a better financial incentive if we want to start to make more of a transition to renewable. One of the beautiful things about something like this is after you have the cost of the system taken care of, once you've paid for it, it's installed, your fuel is free. And someone asked how long these panels will last. Have several people are involved. We don't know. We know that they've been going for 50 years in some circumstances, the ones on the satellites, and they're still running. I know people have been running for 20 to 30 years. And sometimes you'll have a slight cosmetic degradation in the color of the cell, but it's putting out almost as much power as what it was 20 or 30 years ago. So, and there are no moving parts. So the inverter would be the link point, but even that is an electronic piece of equipment. So they're guaranteed for several years. Anticipated to last much longer. I know that my sister and brother-in-law in northern Vermont have been running off the same inverter for over 20 years, and their panels are running just fine. So they're 2 decades into it, and they've just.
Does the company will be willing to kind of like give a promote, like if we have a group like that, if we have like 10 units, would they be willing to give a discount?
Yes,
or?
that's a good question, and the answer to that is, in other organizations that I've been involved with that have done things this way, once they get enough people together and understand, then they order quarterly, and they go, okay, we're going to order this many panels because we're scheduled for these many installations, and if you buy bulk, you'll get a better deal. And right now, the person to ask about that would be Jason, because Jason has, from his solar business, is supplying the panels for this, and he's worked very well and cooperatively with us. So I imagine the answer would be yes. If you had a bulk order, you would have a greater discount in the price. So that's one of the advantages of the community getting together.
Basically, this one here is going to cost about what, 15,000?
No, the cost of the panels. This is a 1 kilowatt system. The cost of the materials is
came out about $6,000.
Oh,
$6,000. The panels with the built-in inverters.
So this is what, 1,000?
1 kilowatt. Yeah, just over. It's 1,050 watts is the rating. Is the full rating of the system.
And then there's whatever cost the electrician.
Yeah.
Then you have an yes.
So maybe another 1,000 or 2, depending on.
It could be another 1,000. It could be less depending on the simplicity of it. This we're replacing the main service because we want to update it. But, yeah. But that's a good. In answer to that question, I put in a 2 kilowatt system last year in May on my house in New Hampshire, and the cost of the materials plus the electrician. This with a big centralized inverter was $14,000. Within 3 months of that, I could have gotten the same thing done for 12. And that's the way the market is with these. They're being produced more, but there's a downward pressure on the market. So actually, over the past year or so, the price has dropped significantly. And the hope is that it will continue to drop over time as there's more and more demand, just like many other things.
Yeah, because it will be to their advantage to have 20 or 50 customers already, where people can ask, you know, it's a domino effect.
Yeah.
Where are these panels made?
These panels come from a company. The company is called Gallup Solar, and this is a global economy. So the best of my understanding, the actual photovoltaic cells are from China because the panel is a Suntech. But the inverter is, tell me the name of the inverter.
Enphase, is it Finland?
Are they Finland?
I thought it was somewhere in North Europe. I'm not positive.
Okay, I'm not either. I was going to say California, but the company that puts the whole package together and markets it is in California, centered in California.
Flyers on the table.
And there are flyers on the table. Okay, so Gallup Solar is the parent company. Andalay is this particular new product that's got the built-in inverters, and then, as we see, and who knows where the glass and where the aluminum comes from, but they're put together from throughout the world. Okay, but there are companies, if we want to start looking at, if we wanted to use this, there are companies where if you need a rack to mount on the roof, there's a company in Albuquerque that actually I bought my rack in New Hampshire from. So you know, we try and do as much as we can to build the capacity and the local economy, building people's skills and using as much as we can around here. All right, I would propose, if there aren't any other, we can ask questions throughout the day. And I don't anticipate it will take all day. This actually looks like a fairly simple system to install, which is another reason that we chose it, but we'll find out because it's the first one we've done this way.